Well, I covered security breach and ruin, so this was an inevitability. I've been wanting to get my own headset for a while before covering this game, so now I've got a MetaQuest 2, let's do this. I'll be covering this game minigame by minigame and addressing the other stuff at the end, like the plot and shit, because do I have words? Let's start with... Fnaf 1 in VR is such an experience, man. Having the cameras right in front of you means that you cannot camera stall or anything. It also means Foxy will come and kill your ass at one point and you can't do anything. Because of this, quick reaction times are key. But something I wasn't expecting is the pure scale of these robots. It really is a completely different game when you can look over and see them. Now, due to how all this is in real time and everything and made in Unreal, a lot of the lighting fuckery Scott did in Fnaf 1 couldn't be used this time. But the trade-off watching them walk past your office, and if you look at them they not only see you but instantly attack, it's so worth it. Also, fun Easter egg, if you stick your head out of the wall, Foxy will instantly come to kill you. So if you're waiting for him to come kill you, shove your head out the door and wait for him to come to the closed door, slash on it, and then go back to his Pirate's Cove. Sorry for the weird recording resolution. What happened is that I didn't have my Oculus set to record the landscape at 1080p, and that messed up the resolution for part of Fnaf 1. You'll also be introduced to the blacklight levels here, harder versions of the minigames. And with Fnaf 1 already being decently difficult, the blacklight mode makes it so you're almost definitely not winning with more than 10% power, because the doors come slamming down, up and down, over and over again, and then you got the lights that flash on, and it's the whole thing. It's fun. When it comes to the Fnaf 2 minigame section of Help Wanted, honestly it just ain't hard. Switch to Cam 11, hold your finger on the wind up button, click the vents, put on the mask at infinitum. The only thing that makes this more hard is that you have to physically reach over for the mask this time, and the hitboxes on the camera buttons is a little wonky to say the least. Hell, at first the withers weren't even in this game, and Foxy used its classic model, until an update came out after the DLC. Yes, after the DLC! DLC, mind you, which would have been updated to include the withers. Yeah, you just gotta ask, what was the thought process? The withers played such a key role in making Fnaf 2 such the clusterfuck chaotic mess that it is, and not having them there just makes the game feel a little empty. As for the blacklight levels, there's nothing to say on night 5. We do have the Withers night now, which you can manually adjust the difficulty of, which, you know, is nice. And yeah, it gets difficult. If the regular nights have been like this, I may have had something more to say, but as it is now, just go to Cam 11, hold your finger on the button, and keep flashing the lights and then putting on the mask and you win. Next. Easily the best version of Fnaf 3. You can see him swaying in the window, 10 out of 10. But on a serious note, the strategy is simple here. Keep him trapped in a corner. Due to having a second hand, you can just set the panel to reboot all, and then slap it without looking at it. Actually, that's another thing. The Phantoms are pretty worthless here, other than Mangle and BB. Those two are fucking OP. I don't think I ever want onto Chica's camera. And since we're in 3D, you can look at Phantom Freddy from the corner of, you know, like your eye or something, and it doesn't do anything. You don't even need to look over at Phantom Foxy. Hell, I couldn't even forcefully activate him other than one time. And for the blacklight mode, well, the place being on fire does give the whole area a new look. And Springtrap spawns like 2 inches from the office, so you have to haul his ass over to the corner. I like it. Sure, this might play into the retcon of when does the fire actually happen in Fnaf 3? Because what we found has Hudson like burn it down on the first day, if I remember right. Whatever, you'll be fine, just haul his ass to the corner. So, Plush Trap and Nightmare BB are basically the same, and pulled directly from Fnaf 4. Just flash them whenever you think they move, or wait to get them on the X. Plush babies. Fuck plush babies. All my homies hate plush babies. Plush babies can go fuck themselves, the overused fox. You gotta flash the plush babies to stop them from jump scaring you. And there's like a million places they can spawn in. And if you think it's hard in VR, imagine it in flat mode. Finally is Funtime Foxy. This was just genuinely boring. And dark rooms don't really change that much in the blacklight mode. For Plush Trap, you go from a hallway to a messy hallway, and I think you're also made shorter and smaller. Nightmare BB has balloons fucking everywhere. This is more annoying than hard. Plush babies can fuck off. They changed the design of the plush babies to be more like Scrap Baby, but they shove you in a room that's nothing but regular plush babies. It's literally the same night, it has all the same AI and everything, and the same spawn points. They just put you in a room of plush babies. Yeah, because that's not terrifying or anything. And Lolbit's room is now filled with the other 3 fun times they've modeled for this game, leaving out the best one, Ballora. Next. Here, you're up close and personal with the robots, going inside of them and out, fix them up. Bonnie is pretty fast when you know what you're doing. Remove the eyes, make him into a toilet, then fix up his guitar. Chica involves spraying her with chemi spray because she's a big eater, and then putting on her arm, catching a cupcake, and then eating a slice of pizza. Freddy is a bitch. He ate a child and you could tell because somehow there's a watch and a shoe inside of him. And after removing your hat, you open him up, take out the watch, take out the music box, grab the shoe, put it in the music box, drop it, and make him fucking pissed. Put in a new one, and dance while he bites off your frontal lobe. Finally is Foxy. We don't fix him up, instead we just put new fuses into him. Now, remember to keep your eye on him, or else die. He just comes running at you if you manage to take your eye off him. Again, significantly harder in flat mode. As for the blacklight stuff, Bonnie is the same, just loud music. It attempts to make it hard to listen to his guitar, but it just didn't work. For Chica, there are giant cockroaches crawling around, and wow does this work! You also have to pull cockroaches off, and it's something I didn't think would hit me as hard as it did. Freddy has the Freddles. It's also just a mess, to be honest. I kept on dying and it never felt fair. And finally is Foxy on fire. This is just kind of horrible. Oops. The fuses kept changing colors and I've probably done something wrong. But the game lacks instructions on what to do. I think you have to wait until they flash the right colors, but I'm not entirely sure. What's next? The mangle vent repair is pretty simple. Flip a few switches, press some buttons after looking down a hole, then shut off some valves, boom, done. The blacklight version has you do everything at once, and has a light and dark mangle roaming around. Yay. As for Enna, this one is far more interesting. You have to first press some buttons in order, then you go further down and mess with some gears, and finally, where the fuck was all this in Sister Location? You listen to me, Play-Doh Mask? Fuck was all this when you were trying to crawl inside Michael? Whatever, burn you piece of shit. We need to make Molten Freddy faster. For the blacklight version, everything is upside down. And at one point, Springtrap comes crawling towards you and it gives you very little time to figure anything out. It's terrifying, and I love it. So, the final set. First is Funtime Freddy. Here you have him in the Fnaf 4 bedroom. We have to listen for breathing if he's at your door, or scare him away with a flashlight if he's at the bottom of the hallway. Meanwhile, you want to fight off Bonbon on Bonnet as they act like the Phantoms. The distractions that don't kill you, but can lead to your death. Up next is Night Medion, and oh my god, do I love this fucker so much more. Night Medion is my favourite of the nightmares, and seems to be Steel's favourite too. Here things are unnerving as he has to hunch to walk on over to you, and his tentacle fingers are wiggling. Meanwhile, he's trying to seep his tentacles in through the closet, under the bed, and the giant hole in the ceiling. This weird sound being used to alert you to his presence. It's so unnerving. He sounds organic. I love it. Next is Baby, and this time you're in the closet and Baby is searching around the room for you. For eyes turn red, close the door. Don't hold them closed too long because these motherfuckers who are back will start yelling at you and kill you. It's just like fuck the plush babies, right? Finally is Nightmare Fredbear. This is just fucked. You see, in the MetaQuest 2 porn, I don't know how many others, the button for using your flashlight and the button for shutting the door are the same button, which just messes things up. And sometimes his eyes just don't show up in the dark. I've spent too long trying to figure this out and it's so dumb. My winning strategy was to not use the flashlight at all. I put that controller down and just used listening for breathing, and you know what? Fucking worked first time. Finally, the blacklight. Why is there only one button? Pizza Party. Oh shoot, this is our final boss fight. Before that, I should talk about the story, because this level is kind of the end of that story. So what is the story this time? Well, it's that after Pizza Sim burnt down and the company burnt down, it's back and bigger than ever. How? Great question, stop asking those. So they decided to make a VR game to make fun of the past and to move on. However, in their need to rush the game, they let this fucker in, this being Glitch Trap. What he is a story for a different day, and that's something that's still up for debate. But by letting him in, the previous playtester Jeremy ended up having something happen to him. Then a new playtester came in, Tape Girl, and she documented her attempt to deal with the enemy using these tapes, which the entity later latched onto. Throughout the game, you pick up these tapes and put them back together and assemble Glitch Trap, and every time you go back to the tape room, all you need to do is turn around and you'll find him. If you beat the game and finish Pizza Party, you have Glitch Trap turn you into Freddy Fazbear, and you get stuffed, digitally of course. But the true ending has you face on the entity head on, only to lose no matter what you do in this Princess Quest before Princess Quest moment. And I bring up Princess Quest for a moment because we play as a no-name playtester, but later she'd be given a name. Vanessa. And it's not a half bad way to go after Pizza Sim burned everything down. So what did it leave? Story for a different day. But what are the collectibles? Well, there's the tapes chronologuing Tape Girl's descent into trying to fix Glitch Trap, and the coins, along with the prices for beating the levels. And that was there. Fuck, there was DLC. Yeah, so the only level I finished here was the Foxy log ride, and I, to be honest, was just about done with the game at this point. The DLC is good, I just don't have the time to beat it before this video needs to be finished. Maybe one day I'll come back, but for now, I like more Captain Foxy, please. Oh, yeah, before I finish, I should probably talk about the flat mode. The footage you've got here is hastily recorded from my PS4, but I'll just say that Help Wanted flat mode might be a pretty good way of playing the game, especially for those dark rooms. Still fuck plush babies. Alright, quick tangent off to the side, because I'll likely talk more about the flat mode whenever I get to Help Wanted 2. So, in conclusion, until the final level, this game was pretty good. Good enough most of the time. You know, for being the first non-Scott made game, Steelwall knocked it out of the park. Their free roam might not be the best, but their VR attempts have always been pretty fucking good. And I'll leave you with that. Until we come back at some other point to deal with Help Wanted 2, this has been my take on Help Wanted 1. So until next time, take care.